what I thought. All right.
The author of your submission, it said Eric. Now I see it's Oliver. How can I refer to you?
Either way, maybe to avoid confusion,
Okay.
it's all good with Eric, but Oliver is the real name. I'm using Eric as a pseudonym for my AI work, but so either way is fine.
All right, sounds good. Well, hello and welcome to the LAAIMPA Winners Interviews. My name is Nina Sved. I'm the head of marketing and I'm the one who's usually conducting these. I would like to congratulate you on winning not one, but two awards at
Oh
once.
yeah.
Is enormous. That's so amazing. Your projects impressed the jury with their originality, emotional tone, and intelligent use of artificial intelligence as a creative instrument rather than just a tool. So please, let's start with your screenplay. Who's the robot now? What
All right.
inspired that story?
Yeah, I well sometimes I often just play around with the tools and see what happens. And this inspiration came from a tool from Google's AI, the Veo 3. And when I made that short, it just came out with the capability to generate visuals in the video and sound voices. And yeah, I was just like, this is a new feature. I have to try it, and just made a few experiments, and then this sort of idea just came up looking at results. That's often what happens with me. So I'm experimenting around, and one of these experiments sort of triggers something. I think it's interesting, and from there, it's often developing into
Totally,
sort
because
of a story.
yeah, nowadays we have two groups of people. Some
Yeah,
are heavy users of AI or Chat GPT. They use it
yeah,
as their Google, and then we have people who are completely scared and against it. And I
yeah.
think for the second group, that was a rare case where you can feel something towards a robot, even though we know it doesn't necessarily have a soul. But I personally f felt so bad for these pure things. They're like sorting trash. Someone, like some chubby guy on the couch, is calling him like plastic, something.
Right.
That was a very, very unique concept. You were able to get a laugh, at least out of me, just by using an AI. I think that's
Yeah, that was intended. Yeah, that was the intention, yeah, to make sort of a satirical view on the near future. Because if you look at Instagram, you browse around there, and you come across these more and more these robots that are actually around now, and it's just crazy. It's so retro futuristic in a way that all of a sudden this old science fiction idea is reality, and I'm sure these kind of situations where humans need to deal with their robots. I think it's just like
No,
funny.
your submission was really on point because
Yeah.
nowadays, literally yesterday, I was just scrolling reels, watching my friend's story, and a friend of mine
Mhm.
ordered a robot that can clean the house, that is looking
Really?
very much very close to what you had in your submission. And I
Uh-huh.
thought that that's going to be so far away that that is for
Right.
someone extremely rich, or maybe that is for someone who is very close to technology.
Mm.
That was a friend of mine and she ordered a robot. So to me, that was, oh my God, we are getting so close to exactly what you had in your submission.
That's right. Yeah.
The title sounds provocative. So, who, in your opinion, is the robot in your video? Was that humans, machines, or society itself?
Yeah, it's sort of we as human beings live a repetitive life again, so it's sort of robotic in a way because our daily routines are often very, very similar. So it's that I don't know. We are, the brain is sort of a biological computer, so we are, not that different, maybe in the end. Uh, yeah, but yeah, it's sort of the question, yeah, who's really robotic here, the machine or we as
Or
people?
I think if you take a look at a at a very active and busy city, like let's say New York, you
Yeah.
know, you look at it from a drone, it's just cars, someone getting coffee just from a different coffee shop than you and me, and it does look very robotic. But I
Hmm.
do want to accent how I really loved your sense of humor in this. That was so
Oh.
amazing. Did you write the script, and how much of that script was AI generated?
Yeah, I would say it was a sort of half-half. I for this the first time and only time I think I used ChatGPT for coming up with some of these conversations, and I usually I made changes to it, and yeah, it's sort of a 50-50 thing, but definitely some of it comes from ChatGPT in that one.
Nice.
Yeah,
So, did you use AI for dialogue generation as well?
right.
There are things.
Usually all of it I'm doing just as a discipline sort of. I like to, use only AI and not mix it up with real footage. So yeah, sound and visuals, and in that case, yeah, it's all AI.
Amazing.
Usually all of my stuff is all AI, video and
Many
sound.
writers nowadays fear that AI may replace creativity. So, what
Uh,
is your
mm, I think it will replace people one way or another, or jobs. That I think will definitely happen. But creativity, I I don't think so. It's not really doing anything on its own. So if it's you have to,
prompt generated? Is that
right.
correct?
Hmm?
Because
Yeah,
for the
it's
most part,
people's ideas that are going to be generated. It's in a way it's just a tool, a crazy advanced tool, but it's not doing anything on its own yet. You have to, yeah, right, tell them and curate the results that came out of there and sort it out and put it together again. So there's a lot of manual human work involved. It's not like clicking a key and it creates this whole thing. It's just, all these parts that need to be editing. It's a very traditional method that is still people have to do it in most cases.
of course.
Yeah.
Actually, when it comes to editing, I think the great example is your second project, Home Sweet Home.
Hmm.
This music video was deeply emotional. How did the idea of combining music, image, and AI come about?
Yes, that is again a tool inspired thing. And it's also made with Google's View tool. So there was it still is that if you have a certain subscription there, you can it doesn't take credits to render or generate these clips. And I'm like, oh, and I thought this would run out, would only be around for 4 weeks. So I generated many of those clips. It's all in the same location, sort of an rundown apartment somewhere in the 70s, 80s, somewhere in Europe. And I just thought, how many weird situations can I create inside that environment? And so I had all these hundreds of little pieces, and I could make, 3 or 4 music videos out of that. So it's great to have this material around, and then you just put the pieces together and see if it works or not. But it was a lot of fun to create this video. It's also I experimented with Suno a couple of months ago, the Suno music generation tool. And there I created they call it a persona. So it's a voice that you can reuse in songs.
That one.
And I published a whole album. Uh,
Wow, there's an album.
there's an album out, yeah.
Wow.
And
Mhm.
so it's a sort of a very interesting process. I had the visuals or half of the visuals first, and then I created the song for the visuals. Usually that happens the other way around. So I think in
That was
general with
exciting.
AI, sort of the processes are so different from traditional processes, or you have this moldable object that you can change until the end, and I think that's very fascinating and different from what was possible before. So I think even the process will sort of usually leads to different results because yeah, it's just a different way to work now.
So just to clarify, you
Yeah,
created these short pieces first
right.
without the editing. You looked at them and you had
Right.
the idea of a music. You created the music and then you did the editing for the music. Am I correct?
Yeah. That
And
sounds about right.
talking about these pieces, a lot of unique things happening. We have a
Right.
heavy use of animals in it. So when you were creating the pieces, how what was motivating you and what message you were thinking about?
That's a good one. No, no deeper message. I don't really like to overthink
Mhm.
uh the meaning of things. So something resonates with me, and I'm just doing it. I'm not sure why. And usually the results, if I don't overthink stuff, it's usually for me at least more interesting than the thought through concepts. Um, this is also something typical to AI that you can sort of improvise from start to end. And yeah, so I didn't really have an idea in the beginning. I just, it was the location and an exercise in, well, creativity. How many different situations or weird situations, because I just love that, can I create in that environment, and what else could happen, and how weird can it get? And and then putting these things together. It's sort of very it's a chaos, but the location and the music and the tone of things make it hold together in a very interesting way.
To be honest, I do agree with you. I think there's a thin line while using AI to make something too weird and then to make something too basic. And you were
Mm.
like right there where it was so curious to keep watching. And my personal f favorite part was when the singer, she's
Yeah,
surrounded by wolves and they're sort of like singing with her as a chorus. I thought
right.
that was so smart and so fun. And let me just say, the
Yeah.
song is really catchy. I was washing
Really?
dishes,
Uh-huh.
Home Sweet Home, etc., etc. That was
That's interesting because not that of a commercial. It's very bizarre. So I
this
love that
is my
style, but
inner darker side, loving it.
all right.
So,
No,
question
I'm really happy that you chose that one. I really didn't expect that because it's so weird. But yeah,
it's weird, but
awesome.
it has its fans, you know. So,
Hmm.
my question about this song is, was the song AI generated fully from scratch, or did you present a piece to the artificial intelligence that it
Mhm.
worked off?
No, fully from scratch. So as I said before, I spent some time in Suno creating this persona and the style of the music. So I have that sort of it's a combination of prompts and that persona, and yeah, it's everything created there in Suno from scratch. So I didn't really there's no input of any kind. So it's just a prompt and that persona. But funny enough that for lip syncing,
Mhm.
it's I used a tool called Runway, and I think it's Runway Act 2, I think it's called. And there you have to act it out yourself. And this video, so you film basically yourself, and you you sing around, and with the sound in the background, uh, uh, and then you feed that video of yourself into Runway, and Runway converts this into another well,
So
person.
you were doing what the main singer was doing in the music.
Exactly. So that's me singing there with another
That is
face.
so cool. I have not heard that one before. That's
Oh,
what I
okay.
love about these interviews. Every time you learn something new and something
Mm.
fun. Please tell me what part of the creative process surprised you the most? Was there a point where AI created something that you didn't plan to use,
Oh
but
yeah.
ended up using it?
That happens all the time, and this is what sort of keeps me interested in it. And these surprises that I'm not expecting, and I love them if something comes out that I didn't plan, and it's great and sort of resonates with me. Uh, this is yeah again, so I don't really plan things through. I'm just having results and improvise from them. Sometimes it's only one a 5-second clip that could be the base for an idea of a 4-minute short film or so. So yeah,
Love it. And I think last but not least,
yeah.
I think everyone would want to know, what are your next creative goals? Would that be AI storytelling or maybe another new artistic direction?
No, I want to stick around and further experiment with short films and music videos. I like both disciplines. I also work with sort of traditional filmmakers now. It's like three or yeah, it's three filmmakers and one VFX studio. So to incorporate AI into traditional films, just for sequences, for example, a dream sequence in one film or some sort of a dance sequence for another film. So I think that's interesting too, and likely also the way that's gonna work in the future with full-length films. So it's unlikely, I think, that we have full-length AI films very soon. I don't think it's, but as part of a film, for certain sequences, that I see happening, probably already happening. But so yeah, that's interesting. These connections that happened in the last couple of weeks and months, and it's fascinating. So the directors, they share their screenplay with me, and I read it, and they ask eventual even me being involved in changing stuff. So it's very very fascinating to these collaborations that came up.
It truly is. Every day
Yeah.
there's something new, and AI is developing so fast. So maybe the full screen we might not see by the end of this year, I think for sure, but I think in the next couple of years we will.
Yeah. I wonder, yeah, about this. It's just about I think what will take a while is the acting. So acting is much more than just a lip sync person talking. It goes much deeper, and people are very sensitive towards this. So movies have been around for 100 years, and if something feels off, people are very quickly they feel that. So I think uh, scenarios, AI can do like crazy big scenarios, like a UFO flying above a city and exploding and all stuff. But I think the details are still the devil's in the detail there, the expression, acting, and sometimes you make you can all do, this crazy stuff with AI, and then you want to have a person. I just had it recently, open up a car door, and going into the car. It was almost impossible. That person climbed through the windows and did somersaults, and it was just crazy. So it's yeah, that's that's going to be the challenge. So the people's perception when they watch a film and AI in the details, you think it's far enough, but
We're
I
not
I
there yet.
think it's going to take a while. Yeah,
I do
but I
appreciate.
think for short films, definitely. They are sort of Netflix has. I think I forgot the name of it, but it has sort of a collection, a series of collection of short films. I can definitely imagine AI being going into this soon. So as opposed to having a traditional animated film, it's an AI generated one.
I definitely appreciate your, let's say,
Yeah.
realistic input, because we can talk about how great AI is and how fast it's moving. Yes, for sure. But I think
Mhm.
what the main viewer, someone who's going to a movie theater, who's buying a ticket, they would want to see emotion. We get emotions when we are laughing, when we're crying,
Mhm.
and it's hard. How do I say this? No matter how great the quality is, it is so easy to feel that it's unnatural. And
Oh yeah, 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 right.
very often it's the skin texture, it's the eye blinking a certain way, or it's the mouth, like such tiny
You
things.
can't really put your finger on it. It's just something you feel it, but what exactly it is, don't really know. It's just the depth of emotion and the expression of emotion. It's very deep. So yeah, it's
So and hey, maybe
yeah.
that's a good thing,
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think this way we can keep using AI for our own like fun, for creating whatever crazy things are happening on our minds, and
Hmm.
everyone else can still keep their job and do. what they're doing, what they know best, because I think
Yeah,
to convey such
right,
emotion, it's extremely hard.
right.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. It was such a pleasure talking to
Oh,
you and discussing
likewise, Nina. Thanks
wonderful
for the
things. We're
call.
looking forward to more of your submissions, and hey,
All
send
right.
that album. I'm very curious.
All right, I sent the link. Sounds
Awesome.
good.
Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good one. See you.